PXKM Productions, PXKM Productions.
Hey there everybody, Sapphire and Merrick here for PXKM Productions, and here's another episode of a medley of random ideas, the show where I do random internet shit and that's it, and then I package it up into a little show and I send it out on the internet. And I just discovered this game, so I'm gonna play it. It's called What Beats Rock, and basically it has to do with coming up with more and more ludicrous things in order to beat the thing that you already put down. So it's supposed to show emojis, but that's not working on my computer, so we're just not gonna worry about it. So first we have what beats rock? Paper. It's pretty simple, but you could put any number of things. Great minds think alike. 755,000 people thought of that. Paper covers rock. Duh. All right, so that's paper beats rock. All right, so then we have to do next, what beats paper? And you could say scissors. I'm going to say fire. Go. Oh, now they're working. Just the rock emoji didn't work for some reason. That's weird. All right, so fire beats paper. Fire burns paper. It's not rocket science, folks. No, it's basic science. All right, so let's try again. So what beats fire? Well, lack oxygen. With you get a blowing emoji, not that kind of blowing. 1,001 people thought of that. Fire needs oxygen to burn, no oxygen, no fire. It's like trying to start a car without gas. So then what can beat a lack of oxygen? Deep inhales. Oh, deep inhales. Dude, really thought about that one. Deep inhales are the antidote to a lack of oxygen. It's like a hug for your lungs. I'm the first person to beat a lack of oxygen with deep inhales. Hell yeah. So then how do you beat? So then you have to think. So far I've gotten rock, paper, fire, lack of oxygen, deep inhales. So then how do I beat deep inhales? A vacuum. Is that how you spell vacuum? No. V-A-C-U-U-M, I think. Yeah, a vacuum. A vacuum beats deep inhales. A vacuum sucks everything in, including those deep inhales. It's a breath of fresh air. Literally. I'm the first person to beat that. It's so goofy. It's so goofy. I love this kind of stupid shit. All right, so then what beats a vacuum? The presence of particles. Because then it's not a vacuum anymore. The presence of particles beats a vacuum. Particles fill the void, making a vacuum, well, not so vacant. You're the first person to beat a vacuum with the presence of particles. All right, so what beats a presence of particles? What could beat a presence of particles? Disproof of the existence of particles? The existence particles. Disproof of the existence of particles. You can't have something if you've disproven its existence. That's just logic, folks. Yeah, all of this is very logical. All right, so let's see. What do we get next? After we get... So then I have to disproof of the existence of particles with a slash. I think that was by mistake. Yeah, that was... I hit an accidental slash. I accidentally hit slash, like of Guns N' Roses. Okay, how do we beat the living shit out of disproof of the existence of particles? You really get trapped in these like recursive like fucking ways of thinking. Okay, how do I beat the disproof of the existence of particles? Newfound research. This is the chance for everyone to see my horrible spelling. Newfound research on the existence of particles. They're probably going to say like, that's a load of shit. Oh no. So newfound research on the existence of particles beats disproof. Yeah, newfound research trumps disproof any day. Okay. So then what could beat that? What microscope could beat that microscope? So, well, we could say, flawed methodology. Okay, that was a good one. Now, what can beat flawed methodology, though? Proof the methodology wasn't flawed. Is that cheating? Flawed methodology. So if you have flawed methodology, what could trump that? What could trump flawed methodology? Government bribery. I spelled bribery wrong. Government bribery beats flawed methodology. A government broad can easily corrupt a flawed methodology, making it even more flawed, but correct. So what could beat government bribery? The principles. I used this earlier. Having principles. Except I should learn to spell. Having principles beats government bribery. I'm the first person to beat government bribery with having principles. What beats having principles? Needing to feed your family. You can't really have principles when you need to. Principles don't put food on the table. Sorry, not sorry. Not having a family. Not having family. Not having a family beats needing to feed your family. Not having a family means you don't need to feed one. It's a twisted kind of freedom. What beats not having a family? Oh god. A paternity test. Paternity test. I swear to God, a paternity test beats not having a family. I'm the first person to do that one. A paternity test is a paternity test is a direct result of having a family, or at least to figure out who's in it. Okay, fair enough. All right, so then how do you beat a paternity test? Proof of false stolen DNA. Proof no, not too old. Proof of spousal meddling. Proof of spousal meddling beats paternity test. A paternity test is often the result of spousal meddling. I don't know if that's true or not, but okay. Proof of spousal. How do you a lie detector? A lie detector beats proof of spousal meddling. Okay, this is clearly, I mean, I figured this was all AI based, but what beats a lie detector? The power going out. The power going out beats a lie detector. Power needs function. Lie detector needs power to function, so if the power goes out. So how do you beat the power going out? Well, you do what I did before and you bribe the electric company. Or I guess I could actually change it to just pay the electric bill. Paying the electric bill beats the power going out. Okay, so then what? Okay, so then we're at 18 now. Okay, so what beats paying the electric bill prevents power going out? Genius. Okay, so what beats paying the electric bill? What would be a reason you would be unable to pay the electric bill? Having no money. That's a pretty good reason. Having no money beats paying the electric bill. You can't pay the electric bill if you have no money. That's just basic math, or lack thereof. I'm the first person to do that. Yeah, I think this whole line of logic that I'm going on is pretty unique. I don't think there's anyone else who's engaging in the same level of tomfoolery that I'm engaging in. Oh, whoops. Okay, so all right, so what beats having no money? Getting a job. Wow, only 21 people guessed that getting a job beats not having money. My generation, folks. My generation. Talking about my generation. Great minds think alike. All right. Getting a job beats having no money. It's like the ultimate cheat code for adulthood. Okay, so then what beats getting a job? Lack of available jobs. That might really screw me over, though. Lack of available jobs is represented by just a frowning face. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're not wrong. A lack of available jobs is the ultimate obstacle to getting a job. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but the haystack is on fire. Okay, what beats a lack of available jobs? I don't know, government funding? Government funding beats lack of available jobs. I'm the first person to think of that. Government funding can create jobs. It's not rocket science. Yeah, that's true. But what can beat government funding? Government collusion. Unless they type the wrong word. Government collusion beats government funding. Collusion implies a secret agreement. Okay, so then what beats collusion? Or what beats government collusion? No, what beats government collusion? Whistleblowers. Let's go with that. Because then I might also be able to take whistleblowers very, literally. What beats a whistleblower? Lack of oxygen. Inability to breathe. Inability to breathe beats whistleblowers. Whistleblowers need oxygen to blow the whistle, and inability to breathe would silence them permanently. Okay, so what would beat the inability to breathe? Well, that's pretty obvious. CPR. So the first time I got to a similar thing where CPR was really good, whatchamacallit, and I responded with being stupid as what beat CPR. That was my train of logic, was that, well, if you're stupid, you don't know how to do CPR. But what I meant, well, that's also inaccurate, because I don't know how to do CPR and I'm only kind of stupid. So lack of training. A lack of training beats CPR. Yeah, like some of these sentences are just worded really weirdly. Like a lack of training is exactly what makes CPR useless. So it beats it by default. Like doesn't make any sense. Ultimately, like what they mean is different, but also this is all obviously written by like AI or whatever. So all right, okay. What beats a lack of training? Learning new things. Learning new things beats a lack of training. Hell yeah. We're at 28. That's actually not impressive because the high score is like 11,000, which is insane. All right, so what beats learning new things? A learning disability. A learning disability beats learning new things. A learning disability would definitely hinder learning new things. That's kind of definite. It's kind of the definition. I'm the first person. This has basically just been 20 minutes of me saying I'm the first person to think of that because that's what the website told me. All right. What beats a learning disability? I could have just said being stupid again, but that probably would. I feel like they wouldn't have liked that very much. And I'm not saying that if you have a learning disability that makes you stupid. That's dumb. Okay, what beats a learning disability? Perseverance. Perseverance. Okay. Perseverance. Perseverance beats a learning disability. Okay. What beats perseverance? Lack of motivation. Lack of motivation. Lack of motivation beats perseverance. What beats a lack of motivation? Monetary incentive. Monetary incentive. Monetary incentive beats lack of motivation. What beats a monetary invention? Socialism. Socialism beats a monetary incentive. I'm pretty sure I used that on another time. Socialism seeks to replace monetary incentives with, actual human decency. I like that they acknowledge that that's a difficult thing to do because we lack basic human decency as people. Okay, so what beats socialism? Human greed. We'll just put human greed. Human greed beats socialism. You can't have your cake and redistribute it. One other person thought that human greed beats socialism. I mean, you'd think that would be pretty self-evident, but what do I know? Anyway, all right, next. What beats human greed? Compassion? I'm just gonna put human compassion. Human compassion. You're gonna be like, that doesn't work. Okay, human compassion does beat human greed. What beats human compassion? Having a lot of money. What beats human compassion? Human selfishness. Or just selfishness. I lost. Selfishness does not beat human compassion. Human compassion trumps selfishness. That's just basic humanity 101. Dang. Okay, so we had rock, which was beaten by paper, which was beaten by fire, which was beaten by lack of oxygen, which was beaten by deep inhales, which was beaten by a vacuum, was beaten by the presence of particles, which was beaten by disproof of the existence of particles, which was beaten by newfound research into the existence of particles, which was beaten by flawed methodology, which was beaten by government bribery, which was beaten by having principles, which was beaten by needing to feed your family, which is beaten by not having a family, which was beaten by paternity tests, which was beaten by proofs of spousal meddling, which was beaten by a lie detector, which was beaten by the power going out, which was beaten by paying the electric bill, which was beaten by not having no money, which was beaten by getting a job, which was beaten by lack of available jobs, which was beaten by government funding, which was beaten by government collusion, which was beaten by whistleblowers, which was beaten by the inability to breathe, which was beaten by CPR, which was beaten by a lack of training, which was beaten by learning new things, which was beaten by a learning disability, which was beaten by perseverance, which was beaten by a lack of motivation, which was beaten by monetary incentives, which was beaten by socialism, which was beaten by human greed, and which was beaten by human compassion, which again, human compassion was not beaten by selfishness. Maybe if I had said innate human selfishness, maybe that would have helped. But I don't know. I'm kind of proud of 35. I'm proud of getting 35. So 35, that's not good. I mean, that took me 25 minutes. So try your best. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sapphire American PXKM Productions on a medley of random ideas video. Like, comment, share, favorite, subscribe, all that kind of shit. And until we meet again, so long, farewell. I'll be this to do. Peace out. I should probably enter my initials too. SXM, that's me. Yeah, the high score is 11,000. It's in Chinese. Advertising is cringe.
PXKM Productions, PXKM Productions, PXKM Productions, PXKM Productions.